There we go. All right. So I have gotten a request for Kriya Yoga. Kriya Yoga, what is that really? Well, Kriya Yoga is the kind of yoga that I've been taught through my yoga studio, fortunately. And it really has three components to it. The first component is tapas. And so what we do is we remove the impurities in the body. Oh, so let me just say this too. Sometimes what we do when we start off, right, is we come to seated, but some of you may have more energy in your body, and it might be kind of hard for you to sit down. So I encourage you, if you're kind of that person, stand up. And as I'm talking, just move your arms, hands, your legs around. You can roll your shoulders. Just move your body, flow it. You can shake out your legs, like one leg at a time. You can do an airplane. Just like move your arms, move your body. Because sometimes it's hard when we come to yoga and we're like, okay, now sit still. And the body's going, whoa, 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 wait, I was just doing all this stuff, right? So we can kind of shake it off. If you look at a teenager, when they talk, they talk like this and they're moving like that and they're, going all over the place. And right. So it's good to just wiggle some energy into the body. Just, yeah, here we go. We're going to do yoga. So there are three parts to yoga. First one is tapas, which is removing the impurities, right? And breathe while you're moving too. So don't wear yourself out. Yeah, this is a good one too, just swinging your arms back and forth. You can even cross them. So you can cross your right arm in front and then your left arm in front. Whatever feels comfortable. Don't hurt your shoulders. The first concept of yoga is of the yamas, and the yamas are ahimsa. It's non-violent, right? So we can cross, and that opens up the shoulders. If you have shoulder issues, be very gentle. Yeah. Breathing. So this is really good for you. So you can also bend and straighten, bend and straighten. And then you can also go side to side. So tapas, it might be a little heat. It might be some inner cleansing. So we get rid of all the things that are burying us down, that are pulling us down. Maybe the things that are bringing us anxiety. All right. So it's an inner cleansing. And then see if you can come to stillness a little bit there and just notice where you are. If you're sitting or standing, just take a breath. And this is the second part of yoga, of the Kriya Yoga, is svadhyaya, which is self-study. It doesn't mean we're thinking a lot. It means, where are we? Where am I? Who am I? What am I? Where am I? Where am I? Who am I? What am I? And just noticing. If you're standing, have your knees a little bent. So you can kind of drop your body down, but at the same time, a tall spine. And the shoulders, you might open, they're a little bit more open now because you just did that little exercise. You may notice your balance, right leg, left leg. And then the third part is Ishvara Pranidhana, is to yield humbly to God. Ishvara, it's God. Pranidhana, like a prayer, yielding. So like, what can I let go of? What can I turn over to God? I love the idea that we get from Krishnamacharya. I don't think it's his original one, but inhale and God approaches. Retain that inhale and God remains. Exhale, I approach God. Leave the breath out, and I surrender to God. So inhale, God approaches. Suspended, God remains. Exhale, I approach God. And leaving it out, I surrender to God. So you can think about that. As you inhale, you're just being filled with God. And as you exhale, you're surrendering to God. Notice the back of your neck. Now here you may notice there's some stillness. And that's the gift we get from yoga. And it may be if you only have 5 minutes, that's all the yoga you do. A few breaths. But since we have a little more time, let's do a little more. So we like to do the Ujjayi breath. And it's like you're fogging up a mirror. So if you imagine you have a mirror or you have glasses in front of you, right in front of your mouth, and you just go, you just exhale, fogging up the glasses or fogging up a mirror. And it won't hurt to have a little smile. You know, we get serious. We want everything to release, but just enjoying doing that. Okay, now close your mouth and do the same thing. It's kind of a sound almost in the back of the throat. Takes a while to learn it, so if it's not totally familiar to you yet, that's okay. Then when you inhale, do the same thing. So you're inhaling and you're exhaling. With that inhale, God approaches. And keep that inhalation, God remains. And then exhale, surrendering to God. Inhale, God approaches. Exhale, surrendering to God. That could be a good thing. Maybe it's a scary thing. Keep breathing like that. You might find your own tempo and maybe slower or maybe faster. So here's where ego comes in. Ego says, you have to do it a lot faster than that. Oh, you're no good. You're no good at yoga. And so that's where we get into the svadhyaya, the self-study. Where am I? Who am I? What am I? I'm breathing. I'm just finding my rhythm here. I'm not just let go of that little talk, the ego, because this isn't a competition. The other thing to remember, which I really love about, as I was reading Desikachar's book, keep breathing like this as I'm talking. This you can practice all throughout your day. You just start with fogging up, if you forget how it is, fogging up a mirror, closing your mouth. So the back of the throat opens, but you're not stretching anything. The breath does it. When you inhale, it happens too. So there's always a sound, and it's a soothing sound. And what that sound does, it quiets the mind. What is my attention? What kind of attention am I bringing to my yoga? What can yoga teach me right now? The first of the sutras, Yoga Sutras by Patanjali says, Atha Yoga Nushasana, and now the practice of yoga. So whenever the mind wanders, we go, and now the practice of yoga. Breathing. And just let those thoughts pass like a cloud. Sometimes it's a big storm. That's okay. Just keep breathing. Now feel your feet on the earth. You can even wiggle your toes a little bit. Now maybe you have issues with balance where you find yourself kind of being high-centered, toppling over, or hard to keep your balance one side or the other. And as we breathe deeply, and as we do these yoga movements, we actually practice balancing because we're going up and down, side to side. So the breath is the most important thing in this practice. You'll notice I just take pauses where I just stop talking because I want you to notice your own breath. Just notice as you're standing, come to stillness now. Just whatever it gives you. Now see, even with that stillness, have your knees a little bent and let your tailbone release down to the earth. And just let go in the chest, not slumping, but just let go of any holding there. Ishvara Pranidhana, surrender to God. You may notice your collarbones are nice and open. And just notice where your breath is. And if you go, I don't feel my collarbones, then that's okay too. Just notice what you see, what's there. And allow that breath. This is where the impurities, right? This is the tapas, is the breath. Mouth is closed gently and a gentle smile. God is approaching. It's a good thing. And then surrendering to God. Trusting God. Inhaling. Receiving. What do you want to receive from God? So keep breathing like that. What do you need from God today? Maybe it's peace. Maybe it's clarity. Maybe it's wisdom, strength, balance. Just take a moment as you're breathing and ask a question. What do I need? As I was swimming in the pool this morning, I asked God that question. How God can use me today. And what God told me was to be fully present. Because I like to be a conduit of God's love and power, peace. But what I got as I was swimming was, I'm giving you all this life so you can experience it. You can be part of it. So breathe with your full body. Breathe in as if you could breathe through your toes. And maybe wiggle your toes to feel that. Exhale. And now breathe as if you could breathe through your fingertips. And wiggle your fingertips. And then what we're going to do is we're going to move our bodies a little bit and move our arms up above and just allow your shoulder blades to glide. All right, so the front part of the chest is open and let the chest receive. So exhale fully, and then we'll inhale, arms up above, receiving. And then exhale, lowering down. Inhale, receiving. And exhale, softening, but through the fingertips and through the toes. Okay, do a few breaths like that. Just feel your body. You may be able to close your eyes, or you may need them open. If they're open, just find a spot to gaze at. Probably not me, because I'll be moving. Maybe a dot on the wall, just below eye level. And gently look at that. Take it in. Soften the eyes. And then come to stillness. So let the arms fall on the side of your body. Or after your next one, just bring your arms down. There we go. Yeah. So we rest in between, so we can hear God. Surrender. Maybe the brain started to get a little more quiet. All right, I'm going to move over to my mat. So for some of these exercises, you may have to alter them, but that's okay. So do what you can. So let's inhale, bring the arms up above, receiving that breath. And exhale, lower the arms. Now next time we're going to do a forward fold. So the body's going to come down with it, but maybe just a little. Inhale, coming up. And then exhale, forward fold. So just let your head come down, your spine come down, and just go down one vertebrae at a time. Exhaling, and if you need an extra breath, bend your knees a lot. And just let your body hang over. Wherever it is, that's okay. Now take a breath here and say no to your head. No, yes, maybe so. Let it really go. Ishvara Pranidhana. And breathe here. You may feel it in your buttocks. You may feel it in your back. Sighing it out. Inhale. Let's come back up. So one vertebrae at a time. And the arms come up. Feel your feet grounding you to the earth. And all the way up. And exhale, hands to heart center. And just leave your thumbs right there, the sides of your hand, right at your heart. Just feel that. If you feel comfortable, close your eyes. If not, just find a spot to look at. Soften your eyes. Now breathe into your heart. It's like you go through your hands into your heart. And exhale out your heart. One more time. Inhale. From your heart, can you go way down to your toes? And exhale. And now inhale. Also go up to the crown of your head. And exhale. And if your eyes are closed, open them up. And now we're going to move the hands also. We have energy in the hands. So rub your palms together now. Gently, or as much as you can. Rub them together. Rub them together. Creating heat. Okay, now bring your hands together by your heart. Now we're going to pull the hands apart like you're pulling taffy or some energy. Inhale, stretch them long. And then exhale, draw them in. And feel as if you're doing it from your feet also. Inhale, stretch them long. And then exhale, draw them in, but don't let them touch. You've got this energy between them. And just keep them a little bit separated. Feel that energy. Like you can press on that energy. Inhale, out. You may even notice your shoulders, your arms, kind of like an eagle. And exhale. Remember that ujjayi breath, that fogging up the glasses. Don't let them touch. Inhale. Can you feel your feet also engaging in your neck? So you're like a 5-pointed star. Exhale. Seems like we're doing simple things, but it's pretty important. Inhale, feet are wide, maybe a little wider than hips. And exhale. There we go. And pause here. And now you can bring your hands together. Let the jaw release. And put your hands down to your side. Shoulders are just let the arms relax, open up. And just notice, again, we ask the question, the svadhyaya, where am I? Who am I? What am I? I love the saying, you're created in the image of God. We're created in the image of God. What does that say about God? What does it say about our bodies, our minds? What is it? Come back to your intention. Created in the image of God. Whatever it is, we don't need to seek for it. It's already given us. It's already there. That energy you felt in your palms as you were moving back and forth. It's right there. Okay. Very good. All right, so let's do a little more movement. So now let's inhale, bring the arms up above. Exhale, fogging up the glasses. Forward fold, one vertebrae at a time. Now inhale, do a halfway lift. So it's like you're straightening your spine. Your tailbone, knees are bent, and your tailbone is like sticking out. Your head is sticking out. Your feet are firm. Your legs are firm, but not rigid. Exhaling and inhaling. And then forward fold. Surrender to God. Bend the knees. Now place your hand on your mat if you can, or whatever way that you're comfortable. See if you can bring one leg and then the other leg down to your mat. So you're on your knees. So you're kind of in a tabletop position here. There doesn't need to be a lot of weight in your hands. And then what you can do once you're down here on your knees, just exhale and come to child's pose. And if you're comfortable, open your knees a little bit. So you can really just let your belly hang and just let your tailbone come down to your heels. Let your head relax. You can make a fist with your hand and let your head rest on your fist. Like that. And breathing here. Where am I? Who am I? What am I? Breathe. Can you feel that breath? How deep is your breath right now? So either if the forehead is touching the mat, or if it's touching your fist, you're stimulating that point. And don't worry if you don't get it all. We're recording it so you can play it back later. So just if you can get onto the child's pose. Exhaling and inhaling, very even. And when you exhale, just release, let go. Very good. Now place your hands in front of you on your mat. and come up to tabletop and then sit down. Just have a seat on your mat and put your legs out in front of you. You can bend your knees a little bit, scoot your bottom toward the edge of your mat so that you can lie down, because we're going to lie down. Now, if you can exhale, grab a hold of your thighs and just slowly lower down as you exhale. Take an inhale here. So you kind of anchor in here and then slowly come down one vertebrae at a time. If you need your hands to support you, you can bring them back there. Come all the way down. Adjust yourself so your head is on your mat. Bend your knees. I'm in a bridge pose. And then grab a hold of your knees and gently just press them into your chest. Inhale. Cup your hands on your knees. Inhale, stretch your knees, legs a little long, but keep them connected with your legs. And then exhale, draw them in. Inhale, bring them out. And exhale, bring them in. Now we're going to open it up a little bit. Inhale, bring your feet to the ceiling and your arms above your head. Feet are flexed. And then exhale, bring your hands back and bend your knees. Push the air out. Inhale, arms up, legs up, feet flexed. Exhale, let that breath out. One more time. Inhale, drawing them up. And then exhale, bring your arms down and place your feet on your mat. Okay. Then just feel the earth supporting you. Knees are bent and your heels are toward your buttocks, but don't have to touch. Now we're going to do a bridge pose. So imagine somebody came along and just pushed your knees away from you toward your toes. So inhale, knees toward your toes, your buttock goes up. And exhale, lower down, one vertebrae at a time, very gently. Inhale up. Remember that fogging the glasses? And exhale, lower down. And next time, if you can, stay up for a little bit. So inhale, come up. And feel that support from your shoulders. Exhale, stay here. Where can you let go? Ishvara Pranidhana. Where are you gripping? Breathing here. Don't forget to breathe. Breathe deeply into your fingertips and your toes. Deep breath in. And then lower down one vertebrae at a time. Now, no harm, so don't hurt yourself. So just let your body land on the mat. Yeah, let it land very gently. And then just take your knees and take them a little side to side, windshield wiper them. You can bring your arms out in a T and just windshield wiper. Don't go all the way down, just maybe a third of the way. It's not really about how far you go down. You can do these micro movements. And then come to stillness. Your legs are straight up. And I have like a favorite pose, which is Happy Baby. And I just can't see ending yoga without doing Happy Baby. So if you're comfortable, bring your feet up in the air. Legs are up and the feet are a little flexed. Knees are bent. And you're just hanging out. Yeah, you can either grab a hold of your ankles with your hands, grab a hold of your legs, anywhere you can grab a hold, you can kind of hook your arms around your knees, grab a hold of your ankles, or if you're more flexible, grab a hold of your feet. And just think of a happy baby. That's it. Just that. Breathing in, breathing out. Stretching one leg, bending the other leg, stretching the other leg. Just, now do you notice, where's your breath now? Is there one place you're holding? Is there one place where you can just let go, let God? Ishvara pranidhana. Let go, let God. All right, let go of that pose and just hug your knees into your chest. Rock a little side to side. Yeah. And then place your feet on the mat. And now we're going to go into Shavasana. And you can either, if your back bothers you, just put your legs a little further than your feet, a little further than your hips, and let your knees meet in. It's called constructive rest. If you're more comfortable, you can straighten out your legs and stretch them long, or put little pillows under your knees. But we don't really want you running around and looking for stuff now. So whatever is most comfortable. Take a moment and just find that. You can move your hips around a little, your shoulder blades. You need support under your head. And then take a big breath into your fingers and your toes. And a little bit more, a little bit more. And then let it all go. And just breathe and naturally, just see what comes now. Feel your connection with the earth. Notice all the parts where your body is touching the earth. Don't think about it. Just notice. And if you can't, just let it go. And just feel how God is holding you. So here we're going to have a bit of silence. And if you don't know what to do with the silence, then listen. Open your left ear and listen. What do you hear? Open your right ear. Just listen with your right ear. Now have your eyes closed, but see with your inner eye, the left eye. And now switch over to the right eye, 3 o'clock. And now find the middle point between the two eyes. See if you could look. It's not literal. It's more of a thought, an idea. See what you can do with this idea. If your eyes could behold your brain, just your head, let them gently look in there. And let them be very still. Your breath is almost inaudible. You may even notice your heart beating. Very gently. And maybe you'll be able to perceive on some level, very subtle level, how the heart is sending prana, energy out to your fingertips and your toes, to your ears, your eyes and your eyebrows, even to the crown of your head. It's like you're maybe sunbathing or resting, not sleeping, but just surrendering what you can right now, this moment. Letting go of any thinking, no figuring it out, no place to go, just noticing the earth. Opening all the senses, feeling the air move your skin. And just drop your body as if you could drop it below the earth. Go underneath. And then just let it be carried up above the earth. Exhale, let all your breath out. And inhale, let it come in a little more. And just notice how gently your body's placed back on the earth. Ah, there's the earth. Wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. Wiggle your feet, stretch your body long. Take your time, so we don't rush this part. This is where we want to be very gentle, very gently coming out of this. Oh, maybe even yawn a little bit. And now bend your knees and give them a little squeeze. Rock a little side to side. And then roll over to one side very gently. Roll over and stay there for a moment. Just feel the earth. Beautiful connection. And then put your top hand on the earth, touch it. And lean your weight into that hand gently. And see if you can come up to seated. Just by coming up very gently. Get yourself in a comfortable seated position. Yes, whatever feels right to you. And close your eyes. And breathe. Feel your tailbone connected to the earth. Release the jaw. Tall spine. And receive this practice. If the thinking brain comes in, come back to listening. Listen to the sound of your breath. Inhaling, fogging up the glasses. Exhale. And let's move the arms. So inhale, bring the arms up above. Receiving. Exhale, bring the arms down. Inhale, up. And then bring your palms together. So your arms are up. And then draw them down to your heart center. Breathe from your heart. Inhale. And exhale. Deeper inhale. Inhale even more. Exhale. Ishvara Pranidhana, letting go. And inhale, deepest inhale. And just let it all come out. Yeah, let it out. Let the new breath come in. Come back to your intention. Created in the image of God. Peace, clarity, wisdom. See yourself as you walk through your day in that peace, in that clarity, in that light of God. Take a few moments throughout your day and pause and breathe. And just let your breath remind you of what we did. You may not remember anything, but you'll be surprised as you breathe what will come to you. And now, the practice of yoga. Breathing, being. Thank you for practicing yoga with me. Namaste. Da, 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 da.